Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reviewing and testing all of these, a load of running energy gels as we are now entering marathon training fever at the moment. It really can be the difference between having an amazing race, going out there and smashing your PB, hitting your goals, or hitting the wall and having a shocker. So I want to give you loads of information to go out there and get the right gels for your running. Let's just have a quick run through what we've got in for tests. So first one is the Goo energy gels coming in at £2. Next one, the Mountain Fuel, £1.60 a go. Huma energy gels, £2. Should point out, bought all of these 100% with my own money. Got them from Xmars here in the UK, which is a really good website where you can buy individual gels. We'll link to them down below. Next up, the Cis Isotonic, £1.70. High 5 coming at £1.49. Spring energy gels, £3.55 a gel here, even more expensive than the Maurten's, coming in around about £2.90. And last but not least, Precision Fuel coming in at £2.25. Now obviously we couldn't get every single gel on the market. We've just bought the ones that we think kind of are the most popular and have a nice range of different sorts of stuff. But if this video gets 1,000 likes, so smash that like button and let us know down in the comments some other different types of gels you want us to get to test. And then if it gets 1,000 likes, we'll make that video for you. Let's get into this. I'm feeling quite hungry, so looking forward to this quite a lot. So yeah, basically we've got to give each one a score of either 1, 2 or 3 points. For the price, the weight, the calories, the carbs, and the flavors. We're going to put all that information up on the screen, otherwise we'll be here all day. And then I'm going to score them based on like ease of use, texture, and taste, which is just, yeah, sort of my opinion on what they're like. So you'll see all the scores appearing up on the screen as we go through. First up, Maurten, the big hitter in the gel industry. Well, big hitter in terms of they sponsor Kipchoge and Kilian Jornet, maybe the two biggest figures in the male side of running. Anyway, let's get stuck into this. So Sarah's going to record what this is like coming out of the gel. I'm going to open all of these with my mouth because that's what you kind of would do. So yeah, first thing, little thing annoying, you always get this thing that tears off that then people normally sort of drop on the floor. It's just a little bit annoying. So this is what the Maurten looks like. You get in there nice and close up, Sarah. So it's this sort of jelly type figure. I'm going to have a little of that. This is the gel that I use in all of my racing as well. Maybe I'll find something new today. Well, I like this, you don't need to have it with water. It doesn't really taste of much, it's just a bit of a very sort of bland flavour. It's pretty sweet though, and most importantly, it just goes down quite well. Marked down for ease of use because I hate it when these gel packs, these tabs fall over. I'll put up on the screen a guy after Edinburgh Marathon that went up and collected these. Ease of use, we're going to give that a 2 out of 3. Texture, I really like it, so definitely 3. And taste, there isn't really a taste, so yeah, 3 out of 3. So in terms of calories and carbs, yeah, 25 grams of carbs, 100 calories in this, in just that 40 grams, but slightly marked down because they only have the one flavour, which is all it comes in as well. They do the caffeinated version and they do a solid bar as well. We'll be touching on that next week in our alternative to gels video. Right, moving on, we've got the Goo. Now these come in about 18 different flavours. Each one is different levels of the amount of salt and caffeine in them. I'm having a no caffeine one. All of these gels today I think are no caffeine as well. But yeah, I just don't really have much caffeine in my life. So again, one mark down because the poor tab rip off there. Let's squeeze this out, see what this looks like. Oh, it's a very thick paste. That is not going to go down well without some water. That is like something you'd ice a cake with. But and it is birthday cake flavour, this one. Have a look at that. Right, let's see what this tastes like. Oh, I don't like that very much. There's just not the kind of gel. Sarah, can you get me a drink? I just like gels that you can kind of have without water. Very, very sweet, quite sickly. I'm not saying it's bad, it's gone down fine, and I could have that in a race. It's really, I'm probably over what am I trying? Thanks very much. But the facts, 32 grams, 100 calories, 23 grams of carbs. Ease of use, 2 marked down. Texture, it wasn't great for me, but I'll give it a 2. And taste, it's hard, but that was birthday cake 2. It started out as a 1, but it actually got better. it improved as time went on. Now, a lot of ultra runners really like the goo gels because there are so many flavours, so you don't get sick and tired of eating the same flavour over and over again because they're so light and so small, you can carry a load of them. Right, next on the list, Mountain Fuel. Should be very similar to the Maurten in how this is. So let's take that off. Again, mark down, annoying tab. Let's squeeze this.
Wait.
Oh.
Go.
Squeeze that out. It's very liquid, very loose. And with a lot of these things, almost smells quite chemically. With a lot of these things, especially these sickly sweet ones, when you're in a race and you're absolutely going for it, you can get this on your hands and down your face. It just sticks to you and you can't like wash it off. Which again is why I quite like the Maurten one, because it's quite sort of water-based. You just chuck a bit of water on your face, if you do spill some, it just goes straight off. But anyway, let's see what this tastes like. Oh, now, they do have a chia version and an ultra chia gel and a caffeine version as well, so lots of different things. Scores on the doors, 60 grams, so double the weight of the goos, 82 calories, bit down on that, and 20 grams of carbs. But, me being over dramatic and all,
Off the whole thing.
yeah. So yeah, ease of use to texture. I think it's just so liquid. Not much viscosity in this one, but that's, yeah, it's quite nice actually. It goes down very easily. 3 marks for that. Taste, I'm gonna give it 2. A little bit too sort of chemical tasting for my liking, but I keep picking up to try and finish it off. That's really quite nice, and some electrolytes in there. Particularly good on hot days. Not too bad there from Mountain Fuel. Better than expected. A lot of people often come and ask us and say, how many gels do I need for my race? How often do you take them? And I'm not a nutritionist, but I just sort of say roughly people can take on board about 60 grams of carbs an hour. So for me, when I do my races, hopefully around about 2.5 hours, 2:45 for a marathon, I'm taking about 5 gels during that, around about every 30-35 minutes during the race, and that's from the start. So sometimes I do take one about 5 minutes to go on the start line, and then yeah, around about 30-35 minutes, I'm taking another gel. Just have these in my band around my waist. Or if it's a shorter race, a half marathon, I'd be just carrying probably a couple in my hand like that. So if you're about a 4-hour marathoner, you're probably going to be thinking around about 8 or 9 gels. So yeah, a lot of planning goes into this. And when you're going out for your training runs, you want to be practicing taking out those 8 or 9 gels. Plan it out, so on race day, we're not trying anything new, testing the gels, testing how you're going to carry them. Right, next up is the Huma Gel. Something a little bit different. These are all natural, sort of made from real food, fruits and rice and things. Let's get that off and squeeze some of this out. That is very dark. And this flavour is mango, I think. Yeah, mangoes. Love mangoes. And how many flavours have they got? 8 different flavours. That's pretty good. 42 grams, not too bad on there. 100 calories, carbs, 21 grams. Let's see what this tastes like. That is absolutely lovely. No, it's really nice. Well, it just feels like mango sorbet. I wonder if you could freeze one of those on a nice hot day. So again, I'm marking that down, ease of use, because the stupid pull tab thing. Texture, that's really nice. Now, I don't know, I probably wouldn't use this in a road race. It's just a little bit too natural. I don't know why, it's just not quite going down in the same sort of way. But in ultras and things, when you can just sort of stop and chill and maybe just walk up a hill or something, you could get a lot of those down. So that's really nice, especially with the amount of flavours. So yeah, texture is okay. Taste, yeah, that is lovely. 3. I don't know what it is. I just think it just wouldn't work for me. Sometimes I get a bit of hunch, it just wouldn't work for me in a road race. But yeah, really nice. Right, moving on, very similar. We have got, if it's going to focus, the Spring Energy Gel here. So this has got basmati rice, banana, strawberry, maple syrup, coconut water, all sort of very natural ingredients. 100 calories. This is called the CanaBERRY. A lot of you guys on YouTube will know Sage Canaday. This is named after him. So yeah, really like that. The tab is not falling off. That's always a favourite. Right, let's see what this is like. Squeeze some of that out. It's quite sort of yogurt type texture there. And no dropping at all. It will just stick on the spoon. So very, very thick. Let's see what this tastes like. No, I did buy, no, Sarah does not like this one. But yeah, I did get some of this for my road racing a couple of years ago. And you'd use it in a race and I think a lot of these sort of more natural ones, they're just not very downable, but with a lot of the more sort of chemically ones do just go down very quickly. But yeah, I don't know, I'm not loving that.
I just thought it was really sour.
It is a bit sour. So scores on the door is $3.55. I think these are going to be a lot cheaper directly in America. By the time they get to the UK with import taxes and everything, it's a little bit expensive. 46 grams, 100 calories, that's nice. 17 grams of carbs, which is the lowest one here in terms of the amount of carbs you're getting out of this. And only one flavour. They do slightly different ones with, what is it, Sarah? Caffeine ones and some Hill Surge one. I mean, check out their website. They're an interesting company. So what do I think? Ease of use, what, definite 3 out of that because I love that pull tab. Texture, it's all right, a 2, and taste for me has got to be a 1. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely worth a try, but I think that's really an ultra only thing. Strawberry smoothie. Nice design on the packaging though, I must say. Come on, camera. There we go. Quickly guys, if you are finding this visual, please smash that like button. It really helps us out. Let us know down in the comments what your take on gels is, love, hate, and your favourite ones out there. Help out the running community. If you're already, subscribe to the channel. Now, if you are looking for somewhere to pick up all of your gels, this video is not sponsored in any way. We have no affiliation with any manufacturer or shops, but our favourite place is Xmars, where you can go and buy individual gel sachets, which is where we bought all of these from. We'll link to those guys down below, obviously directly from the manufacturer's website. Amazon, Runner's Need, supermarkets are particularly good for the High Five and the Cis gels, Wiggle, Decathlon, or yeah, maybe going to some other running shows as well and at expos. But if it's expos, don't buy them at expos and use them at the race. Make sure you've tested them out. Right, anyway, back to the video. Let's have a go with the 2 big hitters here. So we'll start with Cis, Science in Sport, probably the most, I know, you say popular gel, they sell this in every single supermarket, every sports shop. For a lot of people, the first gel they would have ever used, me included. Right, pull tab, rubbish. Let's see what this texture is like. These packets are particularly huge, so in terms of the weight on the Cis, you are talking 68 grams. Is that the heaviest? Yeah, that is by far the heaviest here. So quite a jelly-like substance there as well, coming off the spoon. I've had so many of these over the years, so you don't need to take this with water, so it can go down very easy, which is really nice during races. Sorry, speaking with a mouthful. Really nice during races because you can take these whenever you want. Like you don't have to wait for the next water stop or aid station. So 87 calories, a little bit on the low side there. 22 grams of carbs, 9 flavours, Informa Sport, vegan, gluten free. This is lemon and lime. I could sit here and have this all day long. Not a powerful flavour with this one at all, it's very subtle, so I don't think you're going to have any issues getting this type of thing down. They do sort of specific electrolyte and caffeine versions. Right, ease of use, kind of ripped open quite easily. Texture, really like that sort of texture, slid down really well, so full marks for that. And taste, very, yeah, it was fine, 3 out of 3. Like, not too powerful, just really quite nice. Right, next one is the High Five. Now, these High Five guys and girls, sponsor a lot of races, especially here in the UK, so you quite often see this stuff out on the course. And that's another big tip. Check what races are giving out, but please don't turn up to a race and take gels out on the course if you don't know what they are and you haven't practiced with them in training. Ask the race, they'll always should always put on their website what they're giving out. So yeah, High Five, pretty big company. I'm sure lots of you guys have used this. Favourite of Sarah's as well.
Yeah.
Very liquid. Look, that would just roll all over the plate. That is, I imagine that is going to go all over people's hands and face and get all sticky. What a right mess. Right, let's taste this one. In a present, what officially is this? Orange juice. So let's have a look at the scores for the High Five. So 40 grams in weight. Yeah, nice and quite light. 91 calories, 23 grams of carbs, 7 different flavors as well. Ease of use, well, we'll give that 2. Texture, that was really quite nice. And as long as you're getting that in the mouth, that is, it's going down very quickly, very nice. And taste, yeah, absolutely fine. 3 out of 3 for that. Better than expected. Right, last on the list is this from Precision Hydration. Precision Fuel and Hydration is their now official term. It used to be just Precision Hydration. Tended to make a lot of like electrolyte type products. And now they're branded out into gels as well. So they did a lot of work in like sort of sweat loss. You can actually go to them and have an analysis. If you're someone that suffers with cramping, that sort of thing, it can be well worth doing and seeing. Sarah is a very salty sweater, for example. Fun fact, and I'm not. So that's why I sweat a lot of volume, but not much salt. So I'm quite good at running in the heat, and Sarah, not so much. So anyway, pointless facts for you there. Anyway, let's get stuck into this gel. So let's get this one open. Nice to have that. I've been talking about that in everyone today. People are sick of that by now. Let's squirt some of this out and see what it is going to be like. Very similar to the Maurten. Not coming off the spoon so much. The figures that they're putting out for this are quite impressive. So a little bit expensive, $2.25, 51 grams, quite a heavy sort of ish packet. 120 calories this thing is packing, which is the highest one here on the list. 30 grams of carbs, also the highest one. So this might be a little bit harder to digest. So make sure you're testing this type of thing out. But at the moment, just the one flavour. And because they sponsor so many elite athletes and everything, it's all Informa Sport tested. There's this, the Maurten Gel here, which is Informa Sport, and also the Cis Gel, which is Informa Sport as well. I don't know if you'll be able to see on my little camera there. Will that focus on that? That little logo just about there. That says Informa Sport, which means these are sort of batch tested by Informa Sport for any sort of banned substances. So if you're a professional athlete, then that's the kind of thing you need to be looking out for. For the regular runner, please don't take banned substances anyway, but it's a good thing to look out for. Let's see what this tastes like. Quite sweet and quite thick compared to the Maurten, but it's going down really quite nicely. I think you're probably going to want a little bit of water with that. It's quite a like sort of peach, slight hint of peach in there. Yeah, that's really quite nice, a lot nicer than expected. So ease of use, definitely 3. Texture, I think I'd just like it to be a little bit bigger volume and slightly more viscosity type thing. So 2 for that. And taste, yeah, that is really quite nice. So 3 points for that. Going down absolutely fine. And really quite like the design on that packet as well. They're cool colours. If you're ever in any doubt how many carbs there are, just look at the front. Right, that's that all down. Let's have a chat. Me and Sarah are going to total up the scores and get back to you in a minute with how everything fared. So in third, we had 4 gels, all joint in third place. The Cis, which is what I started my running journey with. The Maurten, the Precision Fuel, and the Goo Hydration. I would say road runners, probably Maurten Fuel and the Cis are pretty good. Precision Hydration, it's new. I want to test this out a little bit more because those stats look good. So I'm going to be using that properly in a big session at the weekend. I have been using these all over the past few weeks and years, and they'll work pretty well, but that's a bit too new on the block at the moment. And then the Goo, yeah, probably more of a traily sort of thing. I wouldn't want to be trying to get that down during a race. But the second place goes to Huma. I'm kind of putting this sort of joint first because again, I wouldn't be using that in a road race, but in a trail, just when I'm out, chilling out, that is going to go down really well. And that was, yeah, quite surprising just how good. Great stats. But anyway, the winner today, the best stats, the best taste, the best everything was this, the High 5 Energy Gel. Really surprised with that. I haven't used this in like a race or anything, but certainly going to be looking for an alternative to the Maurten because it's costing so much money at the moment. So may well be going out for Seville Marathon with this gel in my pockets. Stay tuned with all of my training for that. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. As always, let us know down in the comments what your favourite gels are, what you want us to see get in. We've got a slightly alternative to this next week of 8 or 9 different things which aren't gels that you can fuel your race with. So if you're not a gel fan, then stay tuned for that. That's coming up. Hope you guys are well, enjoying your runs, and we will see you very soon out on the roads and the trails in the next one.